This conference will now be recorded.
Today is June 22nd, a Monday. Happy Monday. And as always, everything that we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. So we got a few things going on out there, but just keep in mind it is a summer Monday, so I know things usually start off a little bit slow. But first thing I'm going to be looking at is SHLL. So we saw this moving a little bit last week, and I just want you to remember we had ask prints at 16. I believe it was 3 times. So, it's 2 or 3 times, but still, we know that there's somebody that's in here, definitely likes it at that level. So coming into the morning time, we can see right underneath about 752, we can see that this position, this is a huge position that came in underneath that 16 level based off of the fact that at that time period, there's really nobody that's actually trading. So when we keep, continuing up, you can see at 1585, we have 1585 to 91, we have a little bit at 16, not a crazy amount, but then as we're getting closer to the open, we can see the 16 level right here. So the one thing looking at is we have a little bit of selling in there, and usually I'd be looking for a pullback almost immediately at that 16, but because of the fact that we didn't really get any type of selling riders, we're watching this thing come up to that resistance point at 1650. So going to want to see a little bit more information here on the ask side. Well, see if we get some more ask prints in there, and it's going to tell us a little bit more about the time frame and what we're going to be looking for as for a pullback underneath that 16 level. But remember, we need to see those selling riders for that to be our game plan first. And if not, this thing, like I said, it's been building. We know it's been building at that level. So based off of having that knowledge, we know that, if they're done, they can just continuously run this. So keep in mind. So we're, 2 things that we're looking for. We definitely at some point will be having the pullback below that 16, but without the selling riders coming in, it's going to be able to continue off of the buying that we're seeing. Next thing, SPCE. So SPCE is one that I definitely like a lot this morning. You can see a huge amount of volume, almost 3.3 million traded, being traded already. And we had some really nice buying that's coming into this. So if we take a look, 1750, this was okay, based off the volume, it's decent. But then coming back over here, this is a way better position, right underneath that 1740. Then we have 1750, 1775, and so on and so forth. We did get that kind of giant pullback coming underneath that 1750. I was expecting more of a move underneath there, though. Okay, we got that big bar, but it started pretty high, so I was expecting us to pull back a little bit more, and I still am based off of the selling that we're seeing coming in there. But overall, definitely seeing that new buying. I'm really going to need some information at this, coming into that 1750, and then also obviously 18 to see if we're going to be able to get up to that double top. But just something to notice is the range in this thing is going to be bigger today. All right, so the print personality more than likely once we start to open, the market starts to open up, is probably going to thin out just a little bit. So as of right now, we're talking about 5, 6, 7. So, for instance, a position like this at 1765 definitely means a lot, but it doesn't mean as much as we would expect on something with, those thinner orders and smaller print personality. But overall, definitely seeing that new buying coming in. So I like what we have there. Based off of just what I've been seeing this morning, I would have to sit at 1850, but obviously 18 is going to give us more information from there. So there's really no point in even having the price target being that high yet. Next thing going to be looking at is BYFC. So we know that this thing was a big mover the other day on Friday, and we're starting to come in, and I like the buying that we're seeing. Okay, it's not as great as I would have expected it to, having 4.6 million shares already, but definitely showing new buying coming in towards these highs. And then obviously we want to see the reaction at this trill. Technically it's a triple top because of the print that came in out of nowhere, but definitely want to see that reaction. As you can see, it's okay, but we didn't really see enough to show us that it's going to be looking to go back up. So another one going to be paying very close attention to, but we need to see more, and that's going to be with a lot of these sideless stocks. Okay, LMFA, another one that we have to keep our eyes on. If you remember from Friday, somebody came in with about 200,000 shares at 3 and stopped this thing from being able to continue on its way up. Now, we obviously didn't get hit there, but we had some really great buying underneath that 3. So this whole entire pullback, definitely going to be looking very bullish on this for a nice trigger, some real nice volume for us to be able to push back up and break past that 3. Because remember, based off what we saw here, they really were just telling us that they were building. And we can see this morning it's starting to kind of make its move. Do we have the buying yet? No, absolutely not. You can see the prints that we have here are just kind of, So we definitely need to see a lot more buying to come into there, but that's going to be basically the volume that we're looking for to be able to push back up to that double top as our first price target. And then as we get there, it's going to show us, are we going to be able to really break and continue on its way? Next thing, EVOK. So EVOK, I'm a little torn with. The reason being is coming up to this 5 first, I didn't really see, I went back and I couldn't really see anything that was that special. And obviously you can see the volume is just extremely, extremely low, which we understand because you're talking about before 7 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to expect a lot of trading that's really going on there. But that move basically tells us it's hollow. Then we came back up towards that 450, and if it lets me show, well, we just got selling there, but if it let me show from before, which it's not going to, we really didn't get that much buying at 450, and now we're seeing a lot of selling coming in at that 450 level. So sideless stock, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on it, but I am not too happy at all with the ability to be able to get back up towards those highs that we had from this morning. IDEXX, next one on our list. So we pushed up towards that 3. We did not hit. Kind of triggered down, but it's another one, just very, very mixed. It's got beautiful volume, the beautiful movement that happened within there. I mean, the volume with the movement was great. But once again, just the amount of buying coming into it, it just wasn't kind of, I wasn't like, okay, well, this has to break 3. And that's what, remember with these cheaper stocks, that's kind of the mindset you have to have. If you're looking for a stock from 250 to 3, you need to have the buying for 350. And I just don't see that there yet. But we know this thing can move. Okay, we're coming down to our support levels right here. So definitely going to want to see what the reaction is there and then kind of keep our eyes on it from as we get closer into the open of the market. Then other than that, that's pretty much what I got going on this morning. I don't really see too much else. SINT, this is another one where, yes, it's on, the top, but I'm just not sold. It made that jump up and it's just been coming down, and even on these pushes, I really haven't seen that great of buying. So it's definitely something that you could put on your list. I mean, 250 right here did have a little bit, but it looks like it was on its way down, which a lot of times gives the indication that that's going to be covering. Which obviously if someone's getting out of a position, they don't need to make any money. So just something to kind of keep in mind. And then THT, so I saw this before. What didn't I like about it? Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, now I like it a lot better. Okay, I saw it before, and it was just kind of a little bit all over the place. We have a lot of sideless stocks that are coming into this morning where they have potential. They just they haven't shown us exactly what needs to happen yet. But I like this. This is definitely a big difference compared to, everything else, because if you look over here, you can see just nothing that stands out for us. But definitely at that 250, so we are going to put that one on there. All right, guys, now anything else out there that I missed? Anything else that we got going on? Like I said, remember, today is a Monday. So summer Mondays typically, I keep saying this, but, and I'm waiting for the volume to die, but we've been getting some great stuff. But you still need to understand that it is so important during this type of trading, the trading time of summer, to really focus on that first trade and not try to force anything, because high percentage trades will come. DKNG, unfortunately, I can't do anything with. There's just, the volume's okay overall, 309, but you can see it's just not trading. So you definitely have some ask prints at that 43, but my problem is once the market opens, is it going to trade? So you could keep that on your, your watch list. It's just not something that I'm going to be paying attention to first thing coming into the morning. All right, so let's get ready for our morning. Let's make sure that, like I said, even if you didn't do it last night, take a few minutes. We have 20 minutes before the market's going to open. Take that 20 minutes to really think about your trading from last week. Okay, think about your weaknesses, think about your strengths, and take those and obviously focus on the things that are going to help affect your trading the most. I will talk to everybody in the chat, and happy trading.